It seems all the training immediately kicked in. The 2nd Stryker Cavalry Regiment was now in Iraq. The emotion that many of the soldiers felt as they began their 15-month tour was as old as war itself.
You know, we were scared, we were nervous, excited, didn't know what we were getting into.
Open the blast shields, open the blast shields.
The 2nd SER arrived in Baghdad at the tail end of the Iraq troop surge. As surge forces rotated out, the Strykers became multinational Division Baghdad's main effort in establishing security. Each of the regiment's 6 squadrons were immediately assigned to different parts of Baghdad. Still a very dangerous place.
We got here for a while. It seems like we were taking casualties, if not every day, every other day. I had made more visits to the cache and to the morgue than I had ever wanted to.
The soldiers' mission in Baghdad was like a split personality. There was a persistent insurgency that required lethal force, and common Iraqi citizens that needed reassurance that the security would be lasting. The answer was to energize the Iraqis to contribute to their own security.
In November, we had a recruitment drive for Iraqi security volunteers where it was over 400 candidates show up. And so we ended up hiring, I think it was about almost all of them, really. It was close to 400 guys and females.
Let's go! The regiment's next mission was to quell violence in the Diyala province, 2 hours north of Baghdad. Again, the fight was on.
All the coalition forces in the first couple days, I think there was, 19 casualties, the first couple days in that operation. And, it was just hard.
The soldiers of the 2nd SER who were still in Baghdad would also experience intense fighting the last week of March during the Sadr City uprising.
Homemade RPGs to homemade rockets to mortar rounds to small arms fires of guys maneuvering on you.
But all that would change in May when the Shiite cleric Muqtada al-Sadr declared a ceasefire to end 7 weeks of hostility.
2 months straight of nonstop fighting to no gunfire at all. Everybody goes from that to, losing brothers, to that intense fighting every day, to right back to handing out candy to little children. Everybody was able to make that switch in the snap of a finger.
Never leave a fallen comrade. The regiment put meaning into these words, assisting to find the remains of Staff Sergeant Keith Maupin, missing since 2004.
It made their 15 months well worth it to come here and bring one of our fallen home.
The regiment was also successful in their last mission before going home, establishing security in the Diyala province with the help of the Iraqi army.
They have done a great job. They are finding a lot of IEDs and caches. They're catching bad guys. So it is great to see that progress 4 years later.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm most proud of. I love being able to see a difference.
A difference the Strykers claim was the key to their success. With us, Lieutenant Colonel Brian Denny, former Deputy Commander for the 2nd SER and soon-to-be 3rd Squadron Commander. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Now, in that last story, we listed the successes the 2nd SER had during their 15-month deployment. How lasting do you think those contributions will be to the security and stability of Iraq?
I think the regiment made significant contributions to the security and stability of the country, both in Baghdad for the 9 months we were there. We were scattered throughout the capital city there, and in Diyala, where we really worked hard not to turn over just a secure Diyala River Valley, but an entire province. So I think history will look back on it and show that the regiment was really there and made significant contributions during that time period.
Okay, thank you, sir. And coming up, we'll also show you what living conditions were like for 2nd SER soldiers while they were deployed. So back to you in Mannheim, Specialist Olson.